We are now streaming. Great. Hey, hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Pramod, and I build apps. So I thought I'd do a live session where I'd show you how I'm building an app. So what I'm doing today is I'm building a clone of Fiverr, and I'm going to be sharing this as a template when it's done. So let's just see how, to build apps and see if you can follow me. And if you want a link to the template when it comes out, I'll let you know in the video description. So let's get started. So first things first, I've already gotten 1 or 2 pages ready, just to see if this is something I want to be doing. And so this is what it looks like. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is the landing page of the clone. As you can see, I've changed the name a little bit here. When you click on sign in, we're going to be having this page that comes up. You have an option to sign up with Apple, connect with Facebook, or connect with Google. I also believe this is both light mode and dark mode compatible. And the best way to do that is by double checking if my landing pages are set properly in the web deployment section. If I'm not wrong, not here, sorry, it's in the app details. Yep. The entry page is home page. Okay, so let me double check what my home page is. This is the home page. Good. Okay, so it looks like everything is set up properly, so I can just go to test mode and run that so that we can see what's going on in a much more real-time fashion. So what I showed you just a few seconds ago, this is the preview mode, and the problem with the preview mode is that it doesn't show you all of the things that you want to be seeing, or for example, it doesn't show you things like animations and stuff like that. So we want to go to test mode to see those things. So test mode is going to take up maybe a few seconds to load up, and in that time what I'm going to do is I'm going to double check if this is indeed live. If you are live, if you're watching, can you just let me know if you can see me live, and just say hi so that I know that this is going out to everybody in the world. Let me just double check my channel on YouTube. Okay, on my channel it says live, which means that I am live. I hope you can hear me all right. Okay, looks like it's working all right, and we are in test mode. I'm just going to check if dark mode works as well. Okay, so it's just, I think we need to define dark mode, if I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out together later on. So when you click the sign in button, we have a screen that comes up. We can sign in with Apple, connect with Facebook or Google, and then we can hit the skip button, or I believe when we click any of these as well, it's supposed to go to the sign button. So let's do that first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my sign up button, and I'm going to copy the the action which I have there and apply it to my other 2 containers as well. So I'm just going to paste this action here, and I'm going to select this container, go to actions, and paste my action there as well. Now if you're wondering, wait a minute, Pramod, how did you design this, and where are you figuring out how the flow of the UI should be? Well, there are 2 ways you can do this. Number one, you could go to a website like mobin.com, and on mobin.com they've got a great list, a bunch of listings of all of the apps on the internet and all of their screens, and you can go through them to see how this app is designed. But I noticed recently Mobin has made even the normal, I mean, things which were free maybe a week back is no longer free now. So the other straightforward option is to simply download the app. So I've downloaded the app on my phone. Let me just see if I can show this to you. I've downloaded the app on my phone, and I'm just looking at how they've designed the app, and I'm just redesigning it myself. Alright, so that's how I'm figuring out what the UI should look like and what it should be. So today I want to be building The landing home, I mean the home page is already here, so let's say dashboard. Okay, so let's just go ahead and create a blank page called dashboard. Okay, did I spell it right? BOARD. And we are only going to be doing this for an hour today, guys, so if you have any questions, please let me know right now. As soon as we hit 1 hour, I'm going to close up shop, and I will be continuing this work at a later time. All right, let's see now. Now we've got the dashboard. I'm again looking at my phone, looking at what I need to build, and looks like there's a container on the top. Okay, so let's start with a container. Okay, so it looks like I'm trying to understand this feature a little bit. Okay, so why don't we build out what we can see and then edit when we have a moment. Okay, the reason I say that is because code is fluid, right? Build what you can now, and then figure it out, figure out how you want it to look later on, right? That works. So let me just double check if I've gotten that word in here anywhere. Okay, dashboard homepage. So I've already got that text over here. I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and inside my container I'm going to have a column, and inside this column I'm going to paste what I found, what I copied. Okay, so I've pasted that there. I'm going to give this column, should I give this column a padding? I don't think so, but this looks like this is inside of a row, because there is this icon at the end of this page. So I'm just going to go here, select row, make the main axis alignment end, and I'm going to see if there's a diamond icon. Okay, is there one in font? Awesome, diamond. Okay, this works. So that's what it looks like in the app right now. Let's see if Mobin is able to show that to us. So I can show it to you. Nope. Okay, so when I started this video, I thought I could show this to you on Mobin, but unfortunately, everything has been put behind a paywall, so we can't use this. I'm just using my phone for now. It's going to close this out. Okay, and then for this row, I'm going to give it a padding 12 on the left, 12 on the right, and because this needs to be in the center, I'm going to add a container and move it up top, and I'm going to remove all of its width and height details, but I'm going to give it its maximum width here. Let's see if we can take it up. Okay, and that needs to be max as well, and this needs to be max as well, but this needs to be left line. Okay, so that looks like what I'm seeing on my screen right now. Let me look at my text. It needs to be center aligned and looks good. Okay, so the only thing I would do here is I would want a little bit of space above this, so I'm going to go to my column and select 12, maybe 24 looks all right. Yep, that looks about right. And then underneath it, I'm going to have a, let's see, I've got my row here, I've got a column, and then underneath it I'm going to have a text field. Let's look for a text field and add that here, and as soon as I do that, it's going beyond the container size which I gave it, and so that's a good time for us to go and remove our container size so that it can take the height of the container itself. And that means I need to give this column about a 12 pixel padding, so that there is a little bit of space between the outline of the container and the inside of the text field. So this text field, I wanted to have a outline, so I'm just going to go here. Yeah, it looks like there's already an outline. Maybe the outline color is not set. Yeah, it looks like that. So let's set it to alternative, see if it shows up. Doesn't show up because it's too light. I'm just going to go and see if there's another color there, an accent color. Nope, that doesn't work too. So one of the challenges with this is you can see there's already a green line that's selecting the text field, so I can't really say if the color that I've chosen is right unless I click away from the from the text field. So I'm going to try secondary text, and looks like we'll have to work with that for now. I'll come back to it in just a second, or what I can do is I can just change this entire color. Okay, so I mean the entire box color. Let's see if I can do that. Border color, I'm just going to go unset. I'm going to go alternate. Okay, or is it primary background? Yeah, but no. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to select my page and I'm going to give it my secondary background so that my container in here can take a primary background color so that my text field in here can again go back to primary, no, secondary color. What? Okay, no, I meant primary background, secondary background. No, what's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm clicking on the text color, not the text color. Let's go down. Look at the fill color and primary background. Is that what's going on? So I'm selecting my. This is primary. Okay, so this needs to be secondary. Okay. Scroll down. Secondary color, text color. That's not what we want. Fill color. We want it to be alternate. Or we want it to be black. Yep, secondary color. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the text field size to infinite. We're going to add a padding. Okay, looks about right, but it's a little too big for me. So I'm going to see if I can reduce the size of the text field. Let's go looking here. Okay, 2 9 height. What I'm going to do is the hint text. I'm going to hit search. Okay, and somewhere down here is an option to add an icon, if I'm not wrong. So where is that? There's an option somewhere here. Label it with hint. Okay. If you see it, let me know. There is an echo. There's an echo in voice. Is there still an echo in the voice, guys? Or is there still an echo in the voice? Can you guys let me know? I'll have to log into YouTube otherwise to find out. There's an echo in the voice. Okay, that's not good. How about now? How about now? Is there echo in the voice still? It's clear now? Okay, cool. Okay. Sorry, I should have seen that message earlier. Go to channel. Okay, just give me a second while I figure out everything. Okay. Thanks, Hadi Reza. Thanks for that. Let's see now. Okay. Okay. Looks like we are back on track. Okay. Um, so just one last check. Can you guys tell me if everything is clear, working? If you guys can still hear me all right. Okay, so I'm assuming everything is clear now, and I go about my search for a icon. There it is. Icon properties. Leading icon is going to be a search icon, so I'm going to search. And let's see what the app says is the words inside this text box. Search services. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and where I hit search, I'm just going to go and type in search services. Now I'm going to see if there's a way for me to reduce the size of this text box. I remember there was a field called dense that allowed us to reduce the size of the box, but I can't seem to find it now. Border type, border width, okay. Aha, the dense option is already set, so that's weird. Maybe it's determined by the size of the word. Okay, you know what, I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I can change that anytime. I'll come back to it after some time. What I'm going to do right now is double check if the look of the app is coming according to the look I have on my phone. And so far so good. I don't know if I can show this to you right now. Let's see if I can change my camera. Okay, so that top portion is what I'm building right now. All right, so that's what if you can see, yeah, that's what I'm building. And let's see, look at the app right so far, and that's what it looks like. Okay, cool. So now we need to go to the next section. I would say this is the container section is done. I'm just going to zoom out to make sure everything looks right in the larger picture. And I'm just double checking right now how many of you guys are okay. I can see it here. There are about so many of you are live. Okay, cool. So next, let's build a row. Okay, let's go back to the column, add a row here. I'm going to add a 12 pixel padding on this side and this side, and I want this. So what I can do is I can select the column itself and add a padding so that I don't have to keep adding a padding for the vertical padding for each and every element. So the first thing on this list is popular services and see all. Okay, so inside this I'm going to add 2 text boxes. Okay, now I'm going to say popular services, and then I'm just gonna select this row, make main axis alignment as end to end, and see all. Now this is going to have to be slightly larger, so my body text goes to maybe title small, and this one goes to body small, and this one needs to change its color to custom color. This is the color which I set by going here and using creating my own custom color, so that if I want to change it across my application, I can just come here and change instead of going and changing it everywhere. All right, so okay, let's see what comes after that. After that looks like it's another row. Congratulations, it's another row. I've duplicated that, and I don't need either of that. I duplicated it because it's already got the paddings and all set up inside it. And inside this looks like we have a list view. Okay, so I'm going to create this list view because in the future, when you run this app with your database, you're going to need a list view to generate the repeated portion of this section. But in the template, we're not going to have that repeated. We're not going to be connected to a database. So I'm going to leave the list view in there. Okay, but when you come to create your app, it'll probably be one step easier. Okay, so Let's see. I could very well just use a row here, but a list view is what you will need. Okay, so the list view is going to have to be horizontal, and this is where I've always struggled with this. Okay, so the list views, I believe, needs to be wrapped in a container. Let's see if I can now set the list view to horizontal. So what needs to happen is that the container kind of needs a max width. Okay, which is okay. Nope. So if I go in here and set the container to, maybe let me just remove this over here and set a max width to 500, and then see if I can set my thing to horizontal. No, it doesn't work. So this is something I don't know how to resolve. Okay, so what I sometimes just do is, let me just delete all of this. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a row in here. No, why do I need a row? Okay, so let me just add this container in here. Okay, this container is going to be let's say 150. Okay, so that's, if you're wondering how did I get 150, I just have a good eye. I've been doing this long enough to feel like, I feel like I know, okay, what I'm seeing on my screen right now is 150 pixels in length. I'm going to do a few things to this container before I duplicate it. Okay, alternate is probably not the color I'm looking for. I'm looking for a border radius. I'm going to make it 8. Okay, and let's see. Inside this container, I'm going to have a column, and inside this column is going to be an image. Okay, and inside that column is going to be another text field, and looks like the image is taking up all the space, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so what we need to do is we need the width of the image to take the width of the the column or the container, but the height I want it to be about 75. Okay, I'm just going to set it to infinite. Okay, having said that, I'm going to set 12, and I'm going to, no, can't do that. I'm going to set it only the end spacing as 12 as well. Container now, therefore I can remove the height and let it take the height of the items inside it. So this container has a border radius, if I'm not wrong, so I need to clip the content so that the image gets cut. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, okay, so it looks like this one, this column should be set to cross-axis alignment here, and this one right here is going to have a 12 pixel padding on the left, a 12 pixel on the top, another 12 pixel at the bottom, and a 12 pixel, I could have just set it as uniform padding. Okay, anywho, and let's just change this to logo design. Okay, now we need to, okay, that's why we need a row. Oh, I don't understand this part at all. Oh, okay, maybe I tried duplicating a column. Okay, sorry. Aha. Okay, so this one I'm going to set my main axis alignment to set it to 12, and then just going to duplicate this a few times, and leave it there. And what you can do when you're building this app out is you can go ahead and set the background or the backend query on the row instead of a list view, primarily because this will always be a limited number of items. It won't be in the millions, it'll probably be in the tens, or maybe the 50s. So in that case, whether you're using a list view or a row should not give you a performance issue. But what I'm going to do is, maybe when I have some time, I'm going to go back and look at how I can set this up with a list view itself. I think it has to do something with having a container on top of this column which says that this is the maximum width that the screen can take. Otherwise, what's going to happen is the list view, which has to work in a vertical, on a horizontal format, is not going to find an end you know, for for the list of things. So it's going to always throw an error. So I'm going to figure that part out probably in the, you know, final template version that's going to be available, because I have done it before. I just don't remember exactly how I did it. Did I add a container on top of this column, or did I add a container on top of this row? I don't remember it, and I want to be, you know, clean with my design, so I'm not going to waste my time there. Okay, so we're going to come in here and remove the border radius for this image, and then we're going to delete all of this because I want to use that first container again and again. What did I do? I press Control F, so it shows up the add elements section. Okay, so row, and what I'm going to do is scrollable. I'm going to make this scrollable, and yep, it looks a lot like what I'm seeing on my screen. So let me show you now what I just built. Okay, so this is what I built, this section right here. Okay, so let's see this live. Okay, so that's how that works. Awesome. Okay, so looks like there are a few of you watching. Do you guys have any questions? Any particular, I mean, how many of you have actually started building your apps using Flutterflow? Where exactly do you guys get stuck? What are some things that you would like me to cover on this live stream? I think how much longer do we have? We have about 30 minutes. So if you have anything that you want me to cover, I'd be happy to, you know, talk about it or show you how I do it. Okay, so the next section is something like this. Okay, okay, so something like this over here. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. Okay, you can probably just design it inside Flutterflow, or what I've noticed a lot of people do right now is they just go to Canva, create this picture, and they just post it here. That's actually much easier. And you can always just pull this image from a database, and it's often almost easier because you can then make this entire section, okay, look any way you want. So if you're having a Halloween theme, right, this section can look, you can use up the entire section. Otherwise, what's going to happen is over here, this is always going to be a text section, right, and this is going to be an image section. But if you just use an entire image, you can have your designers design what that image should look like, and then I don't know, and then just use the whole thing the way you want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with how I see the pros doing it. I'm going to leave it as an image so you too can just do it. If not, I mean, it won't take you a lot of time to just build this out. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe I'll add two sections here, one being just an image and one being a you know, a designed section. Like this would be an image halfway till here, and then the rest of it would be a text box. Okay, so let's see that as well. Let's go back to our section. Okay, so if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just looking at my YouTube screen to see if I can see something here. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, so now we've got this row here and this section. You know, I wouldn't mind having wrapping these two things in. Oh shit! What did I do? Okay. So I wouldn't mind having these two sections wrapped up in a column because they work together, you know. So I like to keep my designs clean. So we've got one container, we've got another container, both of them are in a column. And I say that because if I want to scroll, okay, I can choose which sections I want to move into a scrollable section. So I like to, group them together, and that helps me move them as a unit to another column or a row or something like that when I get to the scrollable part of the design. Okay, so next we're going to go to this major column here and add another container. This time the width is going to be 100, infinite, with a 12 pixel padding on this side as well. And let's give it a border radius of about 8 or 12 would probably be the right one. And there's an option here to add a background image. Let's see, network, it's not taking an image by default. It used to have an image by default. So in order to have that image, let's go to unsplash.com and take an image from there and just paste it there. Well, this looks interesting. I'm just gonna open image in a new tab, copy this, and yes, there is watermark here, but hey, that's not what we're looking for. That's not an issue. I'm gonna go set my height to about 350 is what I think I'm seeing on my screen. Okay, just double checking. 350 looks a little too high, so it's probably about 250. 250 looks a little too low, so 300. Okay, now if you're wondering, wait a minute, how do I become pixel perfect with this, right? One of the options you can do is take a screenshot, okay, of your app. Let me go back to my camera only option. Take a screenshot of your app, put it into Figma, and then on Figma use a iPhone template and just draw boxes over the designs so that you know exactly what pixel sizes are shown in your app. So that's how I kind of learned that many of these icons are about 18 pixels, many of the images are about 40 pixels, round ones, the profile photos on the top of the screen. So what I used to do was I used to take screenshots, like I believe, I don't know, depends on which phone you're on. Just take a screenshot, move it to Canva, resize it to a what do you say? Let me see if I can just show it to you. Why am I talking so much, right? Let me see if I can show this to you. Bottom this. Okay, I need to find a. I'm trying to find a application. Okay. Move file. Okay, let's see the founders club. How do we move files to drafts? Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so here you see, what you have to do is go in here, choose a, what's this called, frame, what's it called? Okay, It's called a frame. Yeah, I was right. And look for the size that you're looking for, right? So for example, iPhone 13 and 14. Okay, so you drag that into your canvas, then you drag your screenshot and resize it to this canvas. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, so you take your screenshot. Okay, so let me show that again. I don't think you guys saw my screen. Okay. So first things, go to Figma. Okay, open up a new frame, select the kind of frames that you want. Okay, so this one is iPhone 13 and 14. Then take your screenshot and resize it to this scale, and then you can just go in here and then draw your own rectangles or whatever. Okay, oops, that's not what I want. X. So I need to probably lock this. Where's the lock option? Yeah, there it is. Okay, and then I'm going to draw something here, and I'm just going to move it around, and that's going to give me a good idea of what the if you're looking for pixel perfect designs, that gives me a good idea of what these icons are. And since most UI designs are done in multiples of 4, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, so you can see here it's about 20. So I know that this icon size is 20. So I've just done this a lot, so I kind of have a good eye for what the size should be. But if you've not done that enough, well, this is a super trick. If you like that trick, let me know. Leave a like or say that was a good trick. If that was helpful. If it was not helpful, please let me know as well. Am I the only one thinking there was a smart way to figure out pixel perfect designs? If not, let me know in the comments. Okay, so then we've got another section. Okay, we've got another section here, and this is very similar to the first section, except the sizes of the boxes inside that section is a little different. Okay, so let's do that. So this is the reason why I said I like to keep my stuff grouped. So I'm just gonna copy that and move that here. Or nope, I wouldn't move. Obey me. Okay. Okay, what's new on River? Okay, what's new on River? And this option does not exist on that. Okay, yep. Dive into AI research, eye-catching details. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So looks like this time around the column, okay, the row, this text does not exist. Okay, and this design over here needs a little bit of refreshing, so I'm going to delete these because oops, Control Z when you make a mistake. Okay. Because I believe this is because it's scrollable, it is taken up size. No, don't do that. Don't fix it if it's not broke. Okay, good philosophy to live by. Okay, so I'm just thinking to myself, how do I do this? Okay, I'm gonna go with the same style as this one. Okay, so I'm gonna copy. No, I'm not gonna copy that container. I'm gonna go inside this and delete it. Yep, I'm gonna go and delete this and give it a okay, it's already got a width of 150. Okay, this one is probably about 250 because it's almost 3/4 of the screen. Oh my gosh, I'm not sharing my screen again. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so here's what I was saying. I was just saying that I copied this container, okay, from this one. This is why I keep my containers. I group stuff. So what I did was I took up this this container over here. Let me this container over here. I duplicated it over here and then just removed a bunch of stuff inside it. So I'm on this container over here right now. This should be about 250. Yep. Okay. And what this means is this whole thing needs to scroll now. That's what we'll look at in just a second. Okay. So we've got about 20 minutes left. I think we can complete this page. And honestly, it won't take me so long to complete this page if I did it by myself. But, doing it live takes a little bit more time because I'm talking about it and stuff like that. So if you can't see me anymore, that's because my camera just died. Okay, no worries. You don't need to see my ugly mug. We can. Input. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Okay, so I guess these are the challenges of a live stream. Thank you for putting up with me. And that means that I can just take a second to look at the comments coming in. Can you cover integration of a payment gateway? Can you guys hear me now? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Okay. Let's try this out again. Okay. My camera may live for some more time. The battery is almost out. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so where did I leave? Okay. So I'm going to do that again now over here. Okay. And I made this section scrollable. So now, all right, let's go and test our app and see what the heck we've built. So hopefully when this template is ready, I'll be able to save a lot of you a lot of time. Okay, so to answer your question, Trish Varela, I hope I'm saying it right. Cover the integration of a payment gateway. Quick question. How familiar are you with Flutter? Have you tried something out in the past? What's worked for you? What's not worked for you? Because there's so much. Okay, so I'm using Flutter Flow. Okay. Is this the first time you're seeing or hearing about this, Trish? I know what mistake I made. There's no way to get to this page from home page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button here and I'm going to make it navigate to this page here. Navigate. Okay, navigate to dashboard. All right, go here and now refresh my page once again. Okay, so quick question. How many of you guys are familiar with Flutterflow? Say, type in FF if you guys are familiar with Flutterflow. type in NFF if you are not familiar with Flutterflow. So FF if you are familiar with Flutterflow, NFF if you are not familiar with Flutterflow, you've never used it. Maybe you heard it. If you've not used it, if you're not familiar with it, type NFF. What's the deal? Okay. So everybody else is familiar with Flutterflow or not familiar? Okay, so this looks good. Let me just see if it works in light mode. Okay, light mode also looks about right, but looks like this text is disappearing in light mode, so I need to check that. Let's go back to home page, dashboard. Okay, so what am I doing here? I'm using info when I should be using primary text. Okay, so primary text has a light mode and dark mode option, but info doesn't. So if I go back here, hit the instant reload, and I close out this preview mode, I should be able to see my changes come up live. Okay, so nobody is responding, so I'm assuming that everybody understands I'm going to assume that you don't have knowledge about Flutterflow, and that's okay. I mean, this is a brand. I mean, it's not a brand new tool, but it's a very well kept secret tool that you either know about it or you don't. And I'm surprised because this is one of the best tools I've come across in my search on the internet that helps you build apps quickly. Now this is mostly focused towards the front end development of your app, and you need a backend, something like Firebase or Superbase. I personally use Superbase. So using a combination of low code tools, you can definitely build out your app really quick. Okay, so let's just go here. Okay. What did I do? Okay. And if anybody wants to learn more, I'm conducting a one-on-one cohort-based training startup accelerator program next month that starts on October 2nd. So if any of you want to learn from me, we're going to sit down every day 1 hour like this, but you're going to be on the other side being able to talk to me, and we're going to learn how to build apps quickly and the right way. Can you download code? Yes, you can. This option over here allows you to download your code. So questions around scalability. So I come from the IT background, and I would never use an app which would not let me download my code. I want ownership, I want scalability, I want affordability, right? All of those things. And look at this, Flutterflow CLI. So what happened is Flutterflow 5.0 is launching this week, and some of the features have already started coming up recently, which was supposed to come out this week. It's already come out. So with Flutterflow CLI, what you can do, or you can have developers code things on the back end, okay, and then push it to Flutterflow. So you have full access over your app. Like you can control your app from Flutterflow. You can control your app from VS Code. So unlike some other tools like Bubble, I don't know if you guys have heard of Bubble. How many of you have heard of Bubble? Anybody heard of Bubble? It's a low code tool, but the problem with Bubble is that it's a closed source low code tool, so you get vendor locked in. And I first started building apps on Bubble, and in just 1 month they changed their pricing structure. And what happened was, I got pissed off. Like, hey, that's not that's not how I want to. I just started building, and you started changing your pricing on me. So I went looking for a low code app that could help me, allow me to download my code and allow me to own my stuff. And that's when I came across Flutterflow, if that helps, right? If you guys are not yet connected with me on social media, why not? What's going on? Why aren't you guys connected with me on social media? Go ahead and search for me on, maybe let's go to, I'm right now enjoying Threads a lot. Okay, so go to threads.net/Pramod George HQ. I'm sharing stuff there every day about my journey building apps and making money off them. Truly, if there is if there is no other passive income that is as powerful as building apps, and I'll tell you why. Because once you build a good app, you can literally exit your own business. Okay, you can hand it over to some developers or a CEO and ask them to run your company, or you can exit it for like a 4 to 12x multiple, which you can't do on any other business. So honestly, I'm putting all of my eggs in this basket, uh, going behind code and a little bit of content as well, because I'm a I'm an artistic fellow. I like to create stuff. I like to create videos. I like to go live. So code and content is where I'm trying to mark my flag. Anywho, Trish says interested. Okay, if you guys are interested, I'm just going to leave a link because applications for the next cohort started yesterday, and I've already gotten a bunch of applications. So, and it's only by I go through these applications so that the cohort is a vibrant group. I'm going to send you guys a link right now. If you guys are interested, go here, learn more, and apply. Because trust me, the seats are not going to last for a long time. Okay. All right. So we've got 10 more minutes, and I'm going back to my screen this time. I'm not. Okay. I went back to my screen. Last time I missed it. Okay. And so I'm just going to show you. Okay. I need to go back. So in just about, half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, we were able to build out this whole page. So you can see on the top these Fiverr section. Okay. Then we scroll down. We've got not this part. We'll probably build that later. I don't know how to show this to you guys. Okay. And then you scroll up. You can see. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay. So that's what we built today. Now I'm thinking of, why not build this nav bar? But before I do that, something else I noticed. Yikes. I noticed that the scroll is only on this section here. Okay. Like the top section remains there and this section alone moves. So let me see if I can fix that, because right now the scroll looks a little something like this. Like everything is scrolling. Okay. I want this section to remain there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having this section as scrollable, I'm going to set this section as it is. Okay. And then this container, and this container needs to go into a scrollable section. So wrap this widget, open up a column, and just drag and drop all of them inside this, and make this column now scrollable. Make this primary. Yes, why not? Okay, now let's do an instant. Oh no, I didn't share my screen. Okay, sorry guys, I'm so sorry. Here's what I did. Let me just redo this all over again. Okay, so here's what I did. This was the column which was scrollable. I made it not scrollable. I selected this, except this top container. I'm selecting this container over here, wrapping it in a column, and then I'm moving all of the other containers into this column over here. Okay, and as you can see here, I'm going to make this column scrollable and making it primary and I'm going to go check if that works. Okay, so let's see, and just to double check what we're doing is right. Okay, okay, so I need to add spacing here, 12 pixel, and I'm going to duplicate this container here just so that I have a lot of things on this page to scroll. Okay, so let's go to sign up with email. Okay, and I probably need to do an instant reload because I can't see the changes. Okay, so almost at time. Did you guys find this helpful? So the reason I did that was I'm building this template and I'm going to be giving it out. I'm going to be putting it on the Flutterflow marketplace. Okay, and if you're part of my group, I'll give it to you guys for free. If you are not, then it'll be available on the marketplace. And when you see this, if you're watching this later on, this is how I built it. You can see what went into this template, and you'll understand that there was, it'll save you a lot of time when you build it yourself. Okay, so, and if I make it look easy, it's because I've been doing it for a while. If you try to build this yourself, it's going to take you a lot longer. Okay, so what I did was, I'm not sure if primary was the right selection, because it has a parent column which I think should not be expanded. Okay, let me just double check. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, sign up with email. Nope, I'm just going to do an instant reload because I made a change on my editor which I then didn't reload to check. Okay, sign up with email. Nope, something is wrong. So I need to double check what's going on here. This container, this column should be okay. Okay, now I can check here, right? Column. Okay, wrap this in a container, damn container. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the container to infinite width. No, it's not going to work. And this one is going to be max. Nope, that's not working either. So this is one of those things, when you're designing, if you want only one section to scroll, how do you do that? Again, this is something you can do. I just don't remember how I did it before. Let's see now. How did I do that? I made it scrollable. Shouldn't I make it primary? I did that. Okay, I've got all of my columns in there. Okay, my container is about right. Okay, so what I can do is I can wrap this in a container, make sure, nope, I don't want that. Wrap this in a column. Okay, nope, that doesn't work either. So I guess this is something I'll probably have to just review by myself, because I don't want to troubleshoot too much and waste your time. Probably in tomorrow's live stream I will tell you how I solve that issue. Okay, all right, so I think we are at time. Like I said, I'm doing this live stream because this template will be available to you guys on the Flutterflow marketplace. And my goal with building this template, now we've just gotten started, guys. This template is going to have a bunch of different things that you can reuse and change and use for any different kinds of apps. Okay, so I mean, imagine just taking this container and just using it for any different app that you have, or if you have a carousel at the top of your app, you can use this. Whether you're building a food delivery app or building a marketplace, all of these elements can be reused. So that's why I'm so excited, because the options or the opportunities are just endless. All right, so I won't take up a lot more of your time. It's been about 1 hour. I hope you enjoyed seeing me build this app. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me on any social media. My social media handle is Pramod George HQ. Okay, find me on social media, come talk to me, come say hi. And the best way for you guys to talk to me is I have a private WhatsApp group. You can join that group by clicking on this link over here. Okay, so I'm just going to send it to you guys. You can join that link here. I mean, I strongly recommend joining the WhatsApp group because on WhatsApp, I don't have to work hard to get your attention. Like if I find something exciting, amazing, I can just send it to you guys. Take a look at it, right? Because on social media, you literally have to dance to get people's attentions. And I don't want to do that. So that's why I said, you want to connect with me, this is the place. You can do that on social media, but you really want to have a conversation with me, come join our WhatsApp group. There's a lot of stuff happening there. And remember, if you go to Pramod George School, our applications for, did I type that right? Did I type that wrong? Okay. Applications for the next cohort of the
Founders
low-code
Club,
founders
it was a
startup
very
accelerator
exciting
program
experience, and it helped me learn how to really build an app, even though I've never really done software development.
I'm a mechanical engineer with an
starts
MBA,
next.
and I have absolutely
Let's
no.
see. Audio output capture. Okay. Starts next month, sorry, on October 2nd. Okay. So go in there, scroll. You'll see a lot of things that you may want to learn more about. This is the 5th cohort. I've got a bunch of students who've gone through the program. So if you want to listen to what they have had to say, you can listen to their, testimonials. You can read their testimonials, and let's say, and if you've got questions, frequently asked questions are answered at the bottom of the page. And like I said, if you just want to talk to me, send me an email, join our WhatsApp group, connect with me on social. Don't let go of the opportunity because you assume something like, maybe you can't do this, is low code great. Hey, trust me guys, I've been in software development for about 13 years, and I can honestly tell you low code is the way that the future of is the way apps are going to be built, because it's very basically just abstraction. Okay, so just like we went from machine language, just like we went from zeros and ones to machine language, then to C, then to Java, then to UI on top of these programs. This is just abstraction. The next level of abstraction is AI just doing everything you say. Natural language is going to be the final abstraction level, right? But before that, we've got this abstraction level, which is low code. So low code with AI together. Low code gives you the infrastructure, AI gives you the code to customize it. This is a very, very powerful way for you to bring your ideas to life. So if that is something that you want to learn and you want to do it in just 30 days, I'm not going to take like 6 months, 8 months to teach you all of these stuff. 1 hour every day for 30 days gives you everything that you need to know to learn to build apps like what you saw me build over here, and get it out, into the market. If that's something that's interesting to you, please go to this site, pramodgeorge.com/school, and apply today. And here's why you should apply quickly, because the first 5 applicants get a $100 off on their applications. So if you are selected and you are asked to pay, then you can use your coupon and get a $100 discount, and that's only applicable for the first 5 the first 5 people who get in. So the earlier you apply, the better your chances of getting in early. All right. I need to go now. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll try to continue building this app out tomorrow. If you guys are here, I'll see you. If not, talk to you on social or on the WhatsApp group. Take care, guys. Bye bye.